I'm Logan Crawford, and right now on Spotlight, we're discussing a powerful book, a compelling book, a memorable book. It is called Someone Else's Child, and it's written by a terrific author. Her name is Debbie Bell. It is a powerful, true story of resilience, hope, and the search for family. In this memoir, Debbie shares her journey through emotional challenges, foster care, and the struggle to find belonging. Her story is an inspiration for anyone facing difficult circumstances, showing that perseverance can lead to life's greatest gifts. We're delighted to have this very talented author join us here today on Spotlight. We thank the team at Prime 7 Media for helping us put her in the spotlight today. And we ask viewers like you to support authors like her by subscribing to our channel and by purchasing her amazing book. The links are below this interview. Debbie, good to see you here today. Thanks for joining me.
I decided to write it in thinking that as far as it would help me by mental therapy of getting it out of my system, I felt that it could help others.
Absolutely. I think it will help others.
Because
Everybody has.
It's like therapy. I was talking to the computer.
Exactly. Getting your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions down on paper. It helps you come to
Yes,
terms with them and understanding for sure. Tell us a little bit
yes.
about your early experiences and the impact that they had on you.
Well, I was born, unfortunately, not being rude, but unfortunately, I was born to parents that weren't mature. And I ended up in the foster care system because things went really bad. And consequently, I ended up with the wrong people who should never have fostered children. So that's where the abuse came in. And then eventually, at the age of 6, I found my long-term foster mum, like I call her mum. And so for the first 6 years, unfortunately, have affected me emotionally and mentally for the rest of my life because, children should be protected, but I wasn't.
It's a shame that you had a terrible experience in foster care. A blessing, however, that you came upon a good foster mother when you were 6 years old. So that must have been
Yes,
very helpful to you. That must have been a real turning point, right?
yes, no, she was well, she was excellent. Like, I had her for 45 years as a mum.
Amazing, amazing.
And no, that was very good. We had our ups and downs, but the lady had a heart of gold because she didn't have to take someone else's child in.
Hmm.
And when she got me, she knew nothing about me.
Yeah. Just a good, kind-hearted person who loved children
Yes,
and showed you
yes,
love and understanding as well, which is great.
yes,
How did you
yes.
how did you find the courage to keep on going when you were faced with difficult situations growing up?
I don't know. I've just got this inner thing that not to quit.
Hmm.
Like, I realize different people's experiences are different, but I felt that I need to try everything and do everything as possible, so at least I knew I'd done my best.
Absolutely. What advice would you give
Because,
someone who is struggling or feels lost or disconnected or unsupported, like you did when you were young?
it can be very isolating because, like, a lot of people, not being nasty, but a lot of people don't understand how children that are not well with their biological families think. Like, I never knew where I came from, and I didn't eventually find my family till I was 26. First of all, I met my brothers when I was 15, but the actual adults in the family, I never met them till I was 26. And so the bond I have with them is lovely, but it's not the same as if I had grown up with them, if you know what I mean.
Absolutely. You don't have that shared common experience of
I
growing
don't,
up
I don't,
together.
I don't, I didn't have the continual bond with them from when I was small to when I was an adult.
Yeah, yeah,
And
absolutely.
I actually felt for them because they didn't realize what had happened until they met me,
Hmm, exactly.
because I was out of the picture for all that time.
Yeah. So are you resolve things with your biological family, your mother and your father?
Yes, yes, like I never met my father because I just felt it was just simply too hard because as you probably would understand, a person emotionally can only take so much.
Yeah.
However, on the flip side, I actually went to his funerals and I was the only biological person there because I thought, well, I would like it done for me.
Yeah, exactly.
And
And the,
I've met my mother, and I sort of feel sorry for her, but at the same time, she should have been more open and honest with the family with what she was doing with me.
yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
So the family were under the impression they'd never see me again.
Yeah. Awful.
And
Awful.
so when I did turn up on the doorstep, obviously they got upset, and it was very hard. And I finally got used to, mixing with them and realizing, well, these are my relatives.
Yeah. Yeah, it's amazing. Amazing. Amazing that a lot of people can't even understand the impact of being raised apart from your biological siblings, your biological parents, and then to find them years later as an adult must be such an emotional time, such emotional
And
experience.
and and it's also very important to realize. I mean, I'm not being judgmental in this statement, but I want people to realize that you don't have to do drugs or alcohol to get through these experiences because fortunately I was blessed with a sense of humor.
Well, that's
And
good.
so that has actually helped me
Well, good,
because
good.
like my friends would ask me, my friends that knew would ask me about mum, and I would say, well, which one do you want to know about?
Amazing,
So,
amazing. Well,
so, 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 um, so, humor is very important.
yeah, I think it's a great coping mechanism. I think it's a great survival tool. And like you said, it's much better than drugs and alcohol for sure, because it doesn't hurt you. It only empowers you and keeps you strong during certain situations for sure. What do you hope readers take away from your book? What do you hope they learn from your book? What do you hope they learn about themselves in the book?
I would like to hope that um, by reading my book, if they get the opportunity, that they know that they're not alone. And I will admit it that there's always those worse off than yourself. And I would like them to think that maybe they could find a support group that maybe would be involved in their circumstances at the time, and then just mix with those people if they feel they can, because those people understand. And sometimes just write down your thoughts like I did. I don't mean you have to write a book, but just if you write it down, it gets it out of your mind. And so
Absolutely.
it's a release mechanism.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think it's very, very therapeutic to write down your thoughts, your feelings, your concerns, and then you look at them and you examine them in a different light. Also, it'll help you understand them better. It'll help you understand yourself better. And I think part of your success has been is you're a very forgiving person. You seem to have forgiven your biological parents for putting you in foster care in the
Because
first place.
the background, like his father went to war, and as you know, the servicemen came back with nerve problems,
Yeah.
from fighting in the war. And then my mother, well, her situation was a little bit different, but the two of them met, and so they just simply weren't mature enough to be able to pull the family together and hold it together. So it's not all their fault.
Exactly. It
And
was
I
a circle.
and because looking from the outside in, anyone would be able to see that it's not all their fault.
Yep, absolutely. Well, it's very kind of you
And
to have that viewpoint, but I do think you are correct They're young people. They're in circumstances they can't handle. Money, I'm sure, is tight. Your father's nerves were shot after being in the war. So
No,
there's a
that was
lot
my
to it.
grandfather.
Yeah.
That was my grandfather.
Your grandfather. Okay.
My
Okay.
my father, his father went to war when he was 5 and didn't 3 and didn't come back till he was 8.
Wow.
So he missed a crucial time in my father's growth. And when he came back, he would have come back with all his nerve problems.
Yeah.
And as you know, in the 60s and after the war, there was no support for them.
Yep. Absolutely.
They didn't have
Absolutely.
support. They didn't have any support when they came back.
Yeah, it was a tough time for sure. You had a tough time, but you have survived, you have thrived, and you've done very well. The name of the book is Someone Else's Child by Debbie Bell. It is a powerful, true story of resilience, hope, and the search for family. It is a powerful memoir, and in it, Debbie shares her journey through emotional challenges, foster care, and the struggle to find belonging. In the pages of this book, you will find resilience, you will find inspiration, and you will find hope as well as determination. Debbie, thank you so much for joining us here today on Spotlight.
Can I just add one more thing?
Absolutely.
For those that purchase the book, this is my desire. Once they've read the book, and if they don't want it anymore, could they please pass it on to those that do, that maybe not be able to afford it, or give it to the support groups, because the book actually covers foster care, it covers effective being abused, and it also covers infertility. So
Wonderful.
and it also covers donation in regards of having children. So I would really like all those people that feel that they could benefit by this book to somehow be able to reach it, because I've given a couple of copies to libraries where in my local area, and I would like the same to happen to for those that choose to buy it, if they want to do the same thing, because I want it so that people can read it in the privacy of their own home.
Wonderful.
Because
Wonderful.
when just in their own privacy, so they can think about it.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
that's all I would like.
Well, I think it's a great goal to have, and I do think people should share this book, buy it, share it, spread the word. It's important. Debbie, thank you for joining us here today on Spotlight.
Okay, thank you very much, Logan.
Thank you so much. And
Goodbye.
to the folks at home, I'm Logan Crawford, thanking you for your time this time. Until next time on Spotlight.